when you think of like Flutter beginner mistakes, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? What do you see a lot?
The first thing is definitely the meme picture that you post, like that you see on like some Android dev or some like whatever like subreddits of like closing parens after closing parens, like a triangle or like a diagonal line of closing parens. That's like if you see that, you like sort of like immediately know that you're looking at a Flutter code base, just by looking at those closing parens and like closing curly brackets.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like that's like the first thing that sort of comes to my mind in terms of a Flutter beginner mistake, because a lot of people, they bash Flutter for that, saying like, oh, like what is this, like the like indentation hell, or whatever.
Yeah.
You like it's a sort of a non-readable code base, and I would agree actually, because if you compare Flutter with like Flutter code with HTML,
Mm.
like HTML is supposed to be the code base that gets the criticism of being like an indentation hell, right? But Flutter sort of
Mm.
somehow Flutter is able to surpass HTML in that sense. uh, but I feel like that kind of goes the same for HTML as for I mean like for let's say React compared to Flutter,
Mm.
in the way that in React it's all component based, right? Like you make tons of components, and the components sort of like the components are put together, right? But um, like Flutter is kind of different than React Native in a way that Flutter is a full-on framework. It like provides so many widgets that you don't usually build as many widgets as you would for React Native. React. React isn't even the framework. React is just a library. It doesn't. It like provides you the bare bones of the stuff you need. So you probably end up building a lot of the widgets, or maybe like getting a lot of third-party ones that are also packaged as widgets. Um, so I don't want to like make big like judgment calls, but I would say that you tend to extrapolate, or encapsulate more widgets by yourself. You do
Mm.
that more often. But a lot of Flutter developers like to write really, really long widget build methods. Like
Mm.
they
Yeah,
just
right.
they like they would pack everything into like a huge column or row widget, has a bunch of
Yep.
things, and
Yep.
then
Yep.
they, like in the 5 minutes or 10 minutes you're writing that widget, it makes perfect sense in your mind. But after that, when you
Mm.
look back, you'd be like, oh, you have to find like where did I do that? Like where is
Yeah.
this text widget located, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it will save you more time in the long run. Just
Yeah.
to, extrapolate or like sort of, extract those, code into separate widgets. That's definitely a beginner mistake I see for myself. That's for
Mm.
sure.